coaster, baby.
Welcome, Kwabena Sarkodia, Japan. Is that?
Nearly. Nearly.
So that means that you were born on a Tuesday, right?
Kwabena does, yeah, it does. My first name, that's what it
Kwabena.
means.
All right. This is your first time in Romania. Did you know anything about this country before coming here?
No.
Wow.
No, I'm very new to it. I'm just winging it, seeing how I go.
All right. I know you have been the lead singer of the National Youth Jazz Orchestra and have been studied jazz at the Royal Academy of Music. Why did you give up on jazz?
I didn't give up on jazz.
Really?
But I completed my degree. But that's what I was there for. I was there to study and then to moot. And then I was like, I wanted to write songs. And but actually, jazz is sort of like built upon singing songs that aren't written by yourself usually.
Exactly.
So I kind of wanted to go into this other field and see how that felt. But I've not given up on it. I'm just doing something different, you know.
But are you still performing jazz standards?
Not to audiences.
No.
Not, but you know, for my own pleasure, yeah.
Wow. Is it important and necessary to study music before performing or creating music?
No, it isn't.
No?
Simple answer, no. It's just not.
Wow.
It's not truth. It's nice if you have the privilege to do it and you have the opportunity to do it, because then it adds another element to what you do as a musician. But it's not necessary. Lots of people have managed to do it without.
Yeah, that's true.
Alex, so you have a pretty impressive academic background. In which way do you think this helps, I don't know, to get your music to the masses?
I think that all experience has an effect on the music you make, you know. Whether I had, you know, gone to study, you know, I don't know, Mongolian folk singing, you know, in Asia, or whether I, you know, just picked up a guitar when I was young or something, it just kind of, all of those things, they colour your experience, and they all add somewhat to what you do. And I don't think it necessarily has a big impact. But I do feel like it must be in there somehow, you know. Otherwise, I wouldn't be the musician I am today. But yeah, I think that's what it is.
And how did you decide to make the switch?
I get bored sometimes. You know, you know, once I've made this album, you know, I probably get bored of singing that, and I want to move on to doing something, you know, a different style or a different sort of approach to it, you know. I want to keep moving and progressing, and I guess that's just part of the progression.
What jazz song do you think it fits best the Summerwell experience?
Summerwell, I don't actually know yet. I'm going to have to work that out. I'll have to tell you afterwards. I guess Summertime, but no one sings that. And that's, you know, it's very looked down upon. You don't do that. I'll have to tell you afterwards.
Okay.
All right.
Your debut, Love Plus War, it's out this September.
Yeah, Love and War.
Yeah. What can we expect from it?
I think it's going to be, you know, it's going to just tell a bit more of the story about what I am. I've already put out a fair amount of music. I've already put out nearly an album's worth of music already. But I guess it's just going to add to that and give a bit of a fuller picture of what it is that I'm trying to say now. And you know, it's still an emotional journey of a record, but it will show more stylistic sides and elements that people haven't seen yet.
And you've worked a lot with Son on it, right?
Yeah, he's involved in 3 tracks on the record.
How did you two meet, you and Son?
My management set it up.
Really?
Yeah, my manager's got really good ears. He's really he just knows what he's talking about.
Interesting.
So he set me up with this dude who I didn't know at the time. I'd heard one song at this stage, but I trusted my manager's instinct, and so we just got together and we just started. We'd not met each other at that point, and then we made our first song, Last Stand, and that, you know, the rest is kind of history really, because it worked. And yeah, that is how we met.
In one of your last year's interview, you are saying, and I quote, "I think you're always inspired by surroundings, and London has a lot to offer in terms of how much variety there is, the people, different scenes and scenarios. Does it mean that your music is sort of London soundtrack, a musical guides tour of the city?"
It's definitely not.
No.
It's not. I feel like London's variety allows you to be fluid in your creative process. I think that's the important, thing about it. But the album itself and my music itself is actually more to do with, people generally, as opposed to people and situations within just London. For me, the album is about being human, and that transcends all delineations and cities or country borders. So that's what it is for me.
All right, but your future music will be influenced by the places you will see.
It may very well be, but I'm not going to write about them. But they will be. I believe very much in having your influences infused into you in a way that isn't necessarily obvious. I think everything affects you. You just got to be open enough to take it all in.
Do you listen to albums front to back? Do you start with that?
Good question.
Yeah, the important ones I do. The important ones.
Like what was the last album you listened?
I listened to Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. Which I haven't listened to. I came so late to it. But the reason I came so late to it was because I wanted to listen to it front to back. I didn't want to just dip in and out of it. I've been on the road for the last half year, and I haven't had the time to really get into an album. But I wanted to dedicate the proper time to it, and it was worth it. It's really amazing.
And would you advise us to listen to your?
Absolutely. I think it's crucial listening.
Okay.
All right. Last question. Do you believe that musical genre are still important, or the music categories, for that matter, or is it is the territory left only for the critics and the press to label it rock, hip hop, electro?
Yeah, I think the labels sometimes they help you in the process of making the music.
Really?
Yeah, because sometimes you want to, if you're talking to a producer and you want to be able to give them reign to kind of do their thing, but you also want to be able to give them some boundaries or some references. You can say, I want to do something that's kind of rocky with a R&B flavor and a bit of a classical operatic feel or whatever. But the problem with that is that the result is often something that doesn't actually describe any of those things. And that's when labels become a bit irrelevant, because what you want people to do is just to listen to it and just decide what they feel about it, rather than going, oh well, that's rock, so I'm not into it, or that's that's hip hop, so I'm not into it. Actually, you have to be open-minded, and that's when I find myself saying, you know what, listen to the album. I think this is for everyone. If you like it, then you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I'm not going to. I won't create a description that will maybe turn you away from it unnecessarily.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Kwabs. Have a great day.
You too.
Summerwell Special Edition cu Bogdan Șerban și Alexandru Angel. Roller coaster, baby.